Today, we have Sergeant Detective Harry Palmer Jr. retired.
Perfect.
Thank you, our expert witness.
Thank you, Terry. It's my pleasure to be here.
We're very happy to have you here. One thing that I'm very concerned, well, I'm not really concerned about, I'm just curious about, just overall.
The costume?
No, not the costume.
It's because I do a lot of
costume?
Well, I do a lot of undercover work, so whenever I do an official appearance, I don the sunglasses so you can't see my stare, and the mustache, of course.
So,
and I'm always in constant communication with the main room, also.
So are you actually afraid of having your identity exposed to?
Well, yes, of course I am, Terry. In my line of business.
Basically, I mean, like just talking about the subject matter. I mean, Sergeant, just talking about marijuana. Sergeant Detective. You ever having a problem with just talking about marijuana?
Well, I do interrogation techniques with different sorts of marijuana criminals and other such people. And if my identity was known, then they might be able to seek me out and take revenge against me and my family.
Okay, well, I don't really think that's going to happen at this point, since, like, you know, Washington and Colorado have actually legalized it. But my question to you is, though, in your overall expert opinion, how do you feel? How does the police force feel about marijuana being legalized? Are you going to be more lackadaisical about marijuana? Is it a relief for you guys, or is it something that you're going to have to really bear down and be like a really strong task force against,
well,
you know? What do you think?
Here's another reason that I am undercover is because I do not actually represent the police force. I am also in the business of finding out when the police are doing things that are illegal, such as the fact that they can take advantage of the paranoid marijuana criminals who don't realize that it's legal, and they can still confiscate their weed, and they know that they can sell it on the market, even though it is legal.
Oh wow! So you're kind of actually admitting that you are concerned that the police will actually go corrupt.
I'm not admitting anything. No, I did not say that.
Well, I mean, but that is really
no.
Not. Okay.
These are strictly hypotheticals that should not be used in any sort of court action, and I do call in my Fourth Amendment rights upon that.
Okay. Well, that's
Second Amendment.
I think it's Fifth. I think that's Fifth Amendment.
Hold on.
Like.
It is the third.
No, it's okay.
The main room.
Right. All right. Well, Detective. Sergeant Detective Harry Palmer Jr. retired.
You don't just Sergeant Detective would be fine.
Okay. At this point, I can just get away with Sergeant Detective.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So the next question that I have for you is, let's say I had pot. You know, am I legally allowed to show my pot to the public? Can I go to Starbucks and go, hey man, I got some really good stuff. I mean, here's your coffee. Why don't you take a sniff of this? Would that be actually like legal for me to do something like that?
Well, first off, if you had marijuana on your body, I would know it now. I've trained myself to smell marijuana. It smells as though you may have smoked some today at one point, but you are not currently carrying any on you. But yes, if you did come into a Starbucks carrying marijuana or the reefers with you, and you were not in the state of Washington or Colorado, I would be obligated by my American citizenship to take you down.
Really?
Yes. And I would film it all with my mini camera, which is right here on the glasses, and it would all be recorded right here as this entire conversation is being recorded now also.
Let me help you out there for a minute. Wait. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Now, the next, it's Detective Sergeant.
Sergeant
Detective.
I worked hard for that ranking.
Now, being that the law has passed, can I actually grow my own marijuana and then sell it to my family and friends? Is that legal for me to do right now under the state law?
Well, why would it be any different? Because I know that you already are growing your own marijuana and supplying it to your family and friends and to strangers through this television show. Yes.
That's not true.
Why else do you have this front here to talk about hemp when everyone knows your real agenda is to legalize marijuana in places like Washington and Colorado where our children live?
You know what? This is the very attitude.
I have children in both of those states, and I can tell you right now, I do not want them exposed to marijuana.
Great. Okay. Well, you know, I can see. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for your advice.
I don't feel that's a sincere thank you.
I mean, like, let's just like Detective Sergeant Detective. One last question. Okay, what happens if I'm not talking from your point of view. I mean, can you give me like a little bit from your point of view, about what's going on with the police officers, you know, in Washington. If I were to be pulled over and a police officer smelled some really dank weed that I had in the trunk of my car, would that be a reason to search me?
No, but 9 times out of 10, he will just take that offending marijuana from you and let you go, because they don't have time to deal with this sort of thing. They just want to get the weed and take it home themselves. They don't have time. They can't write tickets anymore if it's less than an ounce of marijuana. So as long as you're not under the impairment of the marijuana, he will just take the marijuana home and perhaps sell it to his friends and family. Or he or she. Okay,
well, you know what? Thank you for clarifying that for us today, and your expert opinion.
Correct.
You know, which you know, that's one opinion from Sergeant Detective. No, Detective Sergeant.
Sergeant Detective. Yeah, right.
Sergeant Detective Harry Palmer Jr. retired.
I was a security guard for over 27 years, Terry.
I know you were. I read it in your bio. Thank you so much for coming.
Where did you get my bio at? And I don't touch hands because of germs.
It's on the internet.
Thank you. I'm on the internet. What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just like that. Hurry, we got you now.
Can we get that taken off the internet? I'm sorry, Terry. I'm busy.
Yeah. Well, thank you. No. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
I'm on the damn show right now.
We will be right back.
How does she know about my bio?
We'll be right back. Thank you.
I don't want her knowing anything about